fuck?
Yeah. All the weight goes to the bottom of my feet. I can't.
Oh my God, you just mentioned fat feet, and now I'm thinking about that episode of The Office where Michael Scott cooked himself on the. He put his foot on the fucking George Foreman grill.
He's on the Foreman, yeah.
I like to wake up to the smell of fresh bacon.
Yeah, I mean, that is a really cool way. I mean, yeah, I'm okay with that. If we tried doing that, we'd burn our fucking houses down.
I did go to sleep with a candle burning the other night, I just I was listening to music, nodded off, and I woke up in the morning. I was like, "Damn, it smells like mangoes in here," and I was like, "Oh shit!" Luckily, I didn't die from the smell of mangoes. Beautiful candle.
I do that kind of shit all the time. Like, just a couple of weeks ago, I called Callie from work, and I'm like, "Hey, are you on your way home?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, I might have left the coffee pot on. Maybe." Turns out I'm just a fucking psychopath, and I did not leave the coffee pot on. See, it's like a catch-22, right? It's like, okay, good, I didn't leave the coffee pot on. But now I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you're an OCD Looney Tune. You're an OCD Looney Tune. You're just like, is the coffee pot on? Is the oven on? Is the door locked? Are my pants on? Did I put my dick on this morning? What happened? You know what I mean? I'm just constantly thinking about that. So,
that's fun. You're on your way to being a crazy old fuck.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, cool, the coffee pot on, but there's always the other side, right? There's always the other side of the blade. It's like, oh no, you're just a psychopath. You know what
I mean? Yep. So, yeah, we're back. We're doing our show. It's been several months. We took some time off over the holidays. I know we both enjoyed them, but it's almost, oh shit, it's February. It's almost March. We said we'd have this up in the new year, and it's still the new year. So.
Yeah, but guess what? We told ourselves a couple of weeks ago that we'd have something by the end of February. So at least
it's close.
We're keeping promises to ourselves, and not to you guys, I guess.
Oh shit. So we did make some changes. I don't know if any of you'll probably notice this if you're looking at it on YouTube, that we've switched over to Riverside FM. They are aces when it comes to podcasting technology. So that's what we're using. We have not even cracked the fucking surface of what this stuff can do. So within a couple of years, we'll probably learn a couple of tricks and share them on here. But we're excited about that. It took us 3 months to figure this much out, so bear with us. But something else that we decided to do, actually it's related to music. For those of you who've watched our show for the first 155 episodes, thank you. We always talked about an album and a band. But due to everyone's short attention spans, including ours, we've decided to move on to, nailed it, one song and the artist. That's all we ask for. It would be cool if you had a reason to suggest it and told us what it was, but you don't have to. But that's what we're doing as far as that's concerned. One song, one artist, and we're still doing the wheel. Feel free to make your suggestions.
Damn right. And we have preloaded 6 songs from different bands, all from different bands, on to the wheel. You missed that thing? Yeah, look at that glaring piece of shit. Yeah, so we got 6 songs up there. We got 4 spots, because that's what math is. So we got 10 spots, 4 left over for you guys to add on. And technically 5 when we listen to the song. So, that being said,
we got room.
We got room.
That's right. All right, so I think all the clerical shit's out of the way. We've had some adventures, both solo and together, since we've recorded last. The holidays were awesome. I don't really remember them. I hope you all had great ones too. Just to pretend like we give a shit about you. We do. But hope you had fun holidays.
Yeah. Sure.
Let's see. What do we want to talk about? And action! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Germs, whatever you are, hi, you've made it to another fun-filled, can't believe you're back episode of This Is the Future.
Unfortunately.
More than ever. Mm-hmm. How the hell are you, ugly, beautiful bastard?
I am fine.
Yes, you are.
How are you? How the fuck, goddamn shit? Did you get a new tapestry? You look good. Jesus. You know,
I was gonna wear it, but it didn't make my tits look good, so I took it off.
It's all about the tits, Tony. It's all about
for me. It is. Yeah, I just gotta have enough in the middle, the little cleavage. Apparently, that's all anybody really wants is a little cleavage. I hear you don't actually want the mammary glands; you just want the crease.
Hey,
so
I like the mammary glands because I'm all about the mammaries. You know what I mean?
I think you should call them mammary glands. I think mammary glands sounds better.
Mammary glands?
Mam glands.
Eats the mouth.
Definitely mam glands. We need to shrink things down. Mam glands. But yeah, it's all about the cleavage. And it didn't look well. The tapestry did not accentuate my cleavage, so I'm not wearing it. I put it up on the wall. So there's that story.
Well, it's great. We're doing good. Starting off great. We haven't been.
Oh my God! Stop saying that. I just got off of work. I worked a half day because I'm sick, and the customers they say this shit to me all the time. They're like, "You're doing good. Keep going. You're doing good." I'm like, "Stop saying that." Seriously.
Well, that's not good, nice of them to say because you are doing great. You're just doing really good, Tony.
No,
good
what
job.
I don't like is people encouraging me to do a stupid corporate job. You can do this. I've doing this for 9 years. I know how to do it. I don't want to know how to do it. Stop encouraging this shit.
Would it be better if they were like, you don't know how to do this?
Yes, because then I can hang up on them. I don't have to put up with this shit. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still on the call? Whoops. Oh, well.
Oh, so,
yeah, I can see you've redecorated your studio.
Nope. Not really.
Wasn't there a poster on the wall?
There is, yeah. See?
Oh.
It's still there.
Oh, you've just gotten taller. Okay,
yep.
Got it.
My butt cheeks has gotten taller. I gain weight just in my butt cheeks, so I just go.
Damn.
And then I got more fat on the bottom of my feet, so I'm taller.
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
Fat on my feet.
Got fat on the bottom of my feet.
What the? We have a bunch of shit to talk about.
Well, we went to we've been to multiple shows. I mean, that's kind of your day job is being at musical events. Right. We've been to 2 together. The first one we went together, we went to DJ Shadow, and that was at your work, right? So
yeah, that was a sold out show. The venue that I work at holds up to 1,000, but when we sell out a show, it feels like we sold out a show. And Alex and I actually, I don't know how this happened, but we got there early and ended up right on the wall, right on the barricade, and hung out there for a while. But I don't know why we walked away. I think we were old and had bladders or something, but we walked away from the barricade after a while. Yeah. Honestly, DJ Shadow, never thought I'd get to see someone like that live. I just don't, but we did. And it was really cool. But one thing that blew me away is when he came on stage and he was talking and he's just like, I'm going to play a bunch of different stuff that I've done over the years. Feel free to jam out, whatever, meditate. And I was like, I've been to over 1,000 shows and seen many more. I've never heard anyone say meditate. And if someone was meditating, they did not have a lot of room. There was no room for a yoga mat without 10 people standing on it with you.
Right.
But I would have liked to seen someone meditating. I didn't, but that would have been cool.
I mean, hey, people meditate. They meditate in different ways, right? People
True.
Stand against the wall. They could sit crisscross applesauce. They could be talking to you or me. But they're meditating. That's how they meditate. They didn't.
Or they're doing a line of coke off the bathroom, toilet, whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's how we meditate, right? Just doing
no, fuck no.
Tell the people the truth, Tony. We are drug addicts. Tell them the truth. I'm just kidding.
People know that I'm a drug addict. They know I'm a freaking pothead. That's fine. But
no. Listen, clearly I do white drugs. Look at me.
I've dabbled, but I really don't. I'm not lying. I've never sniffed dust up my nose. A couple of rocks once, but that was it. Never any dust. I've eaten dust, and it tasted, dusty. It wasn't great. No, I'm not into the white drugs, but I have learned something. just from working at the venue, you hear anyway. I'm just gonna throw out a tidbit for any of you who do like hardcore drugs at venues. Listen, if you don't want to get caught, if there's more than one set of shoes under a bathroom stall, security probably knows what's going on, especially if all of them are facing the toilet. Like,
Yeah.
just get the fuck out of there. People really do have to use the bathroom, so stop doing coke in there.
So yeah, so what you're saying is one person has to do coke back to back, like put your backs together and do coke or something.
Aren't you better off just having it on a mirror and passing it from urinal to urinal, like right down the line? Everyone just instead of like all standing in a circle, someone's holding a game like a chessboard, I don't know, and then you got to bolt the coke out, and if you're in the handicap stall, that's fucking rude. Because as soon as you see the wheels roll up, it's time to close the party down.
Well, how do you know they're not doing coke?
If they are, it's their bathroom to do it in. Get your ass in the proper. Don't be using the handicap. Bullshit. That's not nice. That's not nice. You can
I want to see that underneath. I want to see shoe, wheel.
And just one wheel, like as if they got it kicked onto one side and they're balancing it. Yeah. You know, like those wheelchair basketball players that got skills. So I want to see someone on coke in a wheelchair. I mean, really, like, just, you know, if I don't want them to do it. But but they're stuck on a curb. The wheels are just spinning.
Like, too.
Oh shit! Oh, it's so fast. Slow down there, Ironside. Oh yeah, I don't want to deal with that at a fucking concert. But I will point this out. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you and I were at the show, at that one, someone fell over.
Yeah, like, someone was having a little bit too much fun.
So this is something that's happened to me personally, not just with people, but since I've been going to shows in Oregon. I went to the first show I ever saw was Swans at that venue. Okay. And so I got a ticket. I already worked there a few nights, but I was standing there as a patron, and the person two people away from me just fell over like a tree in the wind, just dropped. You could feel the vibration in your feet. So, I mean, I was like, should I get involved? And I was like, no, I'm not on the clock. I'm not going to get involved. Almost every show I've been to, especially since it's gotten cold outside, someone has fallen the fuck over right next to me. Yeah. I mean, I've been at shows alone. I haven't touched anyone. And this girl she even looked at me. The one girl, I was at Silver Sun Pickups at the Crystal Ballroom on Valentine's Day. Yeah. And I took myself out on a date. And it is adorable. So I look at this girl. She's like, hi. She's like, hi. And I was like, hey, you know, how you doing? And as I look at her, she does one of these, kind of like, and I was like, well, where did you go? And then she's gone. She's just on the floor, like laying there, holding her coat like this. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So that's like 4 people that have tipped over and next to me that I've seen fall over, and I wasn't on the clock for any of them. Like when I'm on the clock, no one tips over. Like I'm always looking, I'm like, you know, waiting for someone to drop. Nobody drops. People are snorting drugs and everything else, but they're not dropping over because they're like, that skinny fucker isn't going to be able to pick me up. So I am not falling over tonight. It's not going to happen. But here's the thing. Tidbit for all you people who go to concerts. It's cold out. Stop wearing your fucking jacket inside, okay? I know you don't want to go to coat check because you don't want to pay for it and you don't want to forget you left your fucking coat in there. I get it. But don't wear it in the venue. It's a parka. It gets hot in there. You're dropping like that because of that. It's hilarious, but it's not. No, don't wear your coat. Figure it out.
Yeah. So wait, I want to go back to the lady at the Silver Sun Pickups.
Yeah.
So, literally, did this happen? Like, she said hi and then immediately fell over?
Yes. I was like trying to half talk to, you know. She was like, hi, and I was like, hey, good show, you know, good show. And I look over and she's just like. I watch her chin go past my eyesight. And I was like,
was her eyes still open? Like, was she still like cognizant? Yeah. Like, still like, oh my God, what's that?
I think I saw the whites of her eyes. So I think she was like this, you know, like, oh.
Was she like one of those blow up like Puncho doll things that like go?
No. She didn't bend her. She didn't bend her knees or nothing. She just went full on pop, just right down. But it looked like she didn't know she was falling. She probably was still talking. I don't know, but she was just like, oh. And then 20 minutes later, one of the security people found her, and he's like pulling on her coat. He's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I've realized that I'm more comfortable in this position." And he's like, "Okay."
That's a really good thing to say. I realize I'm more comfortable like this. Like,
listen, man. I mean, we all know this, but Oregon's just a little different. And I'm not here to make fun of people, but I'll just say this. I've had some odd requests. And that was definitely an odd thing to hear, because the person who asked her was working at the venue. He's like, "Hey, are you okay? We can get you out of here." And she's like, "No, this is actually how I'm going to enjoy this show. He's like, just laying on my back at the back of the venue, and I'll be here all night." And I was just like, and he kind of looked at me, and I was like, "I'll keep an eye on her. I don't know." It's Valentine's Day, you know. I mean, she had a boyfriend. He kept coming back, and then he kept leaving. I was like, "It ain't gonna work out."
Yeah, he didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just wanted to be close to the exit, but whatever.
Sure.
But here's what's funny, just to tie. Here we go on this roller coaster. But talking of strange requests, I was at a show last week, and where they usually like to put me right next to the stage. They love to have me up there because I'm not scared to call people. That my job is to say, "Stop doing that." And so I do that. So a woman comes up, but people think it's like it's like customer service. So people come up drunk, high, fucked up, and they're like, "Hi, come here." They're like doing this shit to me, like, "Come here." I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm standing here. What do you want?"
I'm standing here. Yeah.
I don't come to you. That's not my job. So this person comes up to me and she's like, "I need to lay down." I'm like, "Okay." And then she's like, "I want to lay down where you're standing." I'm like, "Why?" Like that. I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, "There's drinks and piss all over the floor. I've cleaned this. I know what's happening now."
Right. Yeah.
She's like, No. I know those people. I'm just going to lay down. I pulled my back this morning." I'm like, this is way too much information for security to know.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Have at it. So this woman lays down on the floor and just starts doing yoga. Like, you know, just total stretches. I was just like, huh. I'm like,
it's so funny to me when people want to do weird things like that, but they say it to you like it's normal and everyone does it. Like that it's normal to say, "Hey, I'm going to do downward facing dog here. I know we're at a show with like 1,000 people in it, but I'm going to do Sunset Warrior and the Dragon's Dick or something like that. I'm going to like whatever it is."
but I need to do it in the VIP area where you are.
Yeah.
I can't do it down here.
My yoga is so good. It's VIP, you know?
I need to be on that dirty carpet. That's what's going to really help my spine. Laying on a dirty, sticky carpet. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey, man, it helps mine every time. You know what I'm saying? Just like.
So anyway, I started stretching on that carpet, and my back's amazing. I got to tell you, the chick was right.
Nothing's better for your back than old PBR and half-smoked joints. Fucking just empty Molly bags and fucking spilled whiskey cokes, you know?
That's right. Little capsules that look like they're full of Molly, but then you open them up and find out they're non-dairy creamer. Yeah, that's a real bummer.
It's not good when you're lactose intolerant. You know, you want to get high.
Yeah, French vanilla does not get me stoned. I found out. I don't know, why the fuck are you? Seriously, I found a bunch of little capsules, but they all had non-dairy creamer in them. So I'm really wondering, like, who goes through the trouble? I know you're selling bunk drugs, or you're just trying to impress somebody. Like, yeah, we'll get all fucked up tonight.
Get all fucked up on cow's milk.
That's right. Nescafe.
Yeah, we're gonna get fucked up on some fucking hazelnut cream.
You listen, man, it wouldn't surprise me. I've seen some crazy shit in Oregon so far. So if people are sniffing hazelnut cream, I'm not surprised at all. Like,
Dude,
you don't know?
You don't know? No. Heavy whipping cream, man. It's heavy. It's almost
just
whipped cream.
just really takes me down.
Yeah, man, I just fucking I get all whipped and shit.
I'm lactose intolerant, but I feel great. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you might shit your pants, but you're gonna get high, you know.
No, eventually you just get old and all you do is shit your pants. The high goes away.
Amen.
Oh shit. Hey, speaking of shows though, we've been to a few. We went and saw Big Business most recently.
Yeah,
that's the second show that we saw together.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome show. And fun fact, I got to meet Alex's daddy.
Oh yeah, you got to meet my daddy. Yeah. Different than my father. It's daddy.
It's creepy to watch.
So I have a friend who's become a pretty good friend now, and he's it's not like he's like crazy. He's Tony's age. He's 43. I'm about to be 37. It's not like it's, you know, a big gap at all. It's pretty fucking, you know, it's normal. So 6-7 years apart, and he is my friend. My friend. He is a dad. He has 3 sons, and I don't know, when I accidentally say something to somebody and I see them kind of go, well, that's the thing I have to keep on saying now. You know, like I can't. If you show me a button, I'm gonna come over there. I'm just gonna fucking, every time I see you, I'm poking it. I can't help it. I need to be like told sternly no by a really stern dad, or get punched in the face. Like I can't help it. If you see me, if you show me a button, I'm not pushing it. You know what I mean? So every time I see him, he's daddy. I call him daddy, and he's used to it. He almost kind of likes it. He's just like, he just goes, "Hi, Bubba," or "Hi, son." You know, he's just like, I'll be at work and he'll come in, and through the kitchen window, there's like a kitchen window, so I can see the front door and everybody at the bar. I'll see him. It'll be a busy night. There's tons of people at the bar, and I'll just go, "Hey, Daddy! My daddy's here! Hi, Daddy!" Yeah, he doesn't like that.
Well, the fun part is seeing, like, I saw all this live. We hung out together, you know. So, like, the whole night, Alex is fucking with, like, he's, you know, calling this guy daddy, but he's not giving it back to Alex in the way, like, if Alex was like, "I'm gonna fuck with you and call you daddy," well, then I'm automatically gonna come back at you and like double it over. Like, you know, we're gonna one up each other until someone fucking submits.
Right.
That's just how we operate. But for someone who doesn't play that game, who's just like, "Okay, I'm Alex's daddy," like, I've seen him respond to it. I watch his reactions. I'm like, he's not 100% into this. Like, he's playing along, but this poor bastard would prefer if you called him by his first name, I'm sure.
Well, here's the thing: is we were talking the other night, and because we like just go out and like we hang out, like we're friends, and he's like, "Nah, yeah, I kind of like it." You know, like he doesn't.
I kind of like it.
If he didn't like it, he'd be like, "Stop doing that," and I'd be like, "Are you sure, Daddy?" You know.
Damn it. Oh shit! It was really funny to see. And then your buddy Alan, like, he and I, like, we ended up like realizing we both know a lot of Philly shit. So we're over here talking, and you over here like, "You're gonna get me a drink, Daddy?" And I'm like, "Oh my God."
Well, my daddy told me that I guess he saw 2 other people that he knew at the show, and they were, I think it was after you left, and they were, and I didn't really remember this because I call him daddy so much, it just kind of, you know, the moments are gone. But he 2 people that he knew were standing directly behind me, right? Me, them, and then he was standing on the other side of them. So Daddy was kind of like over here behind me, and I guess I just, during the show, in between one of the songs, I just look back and I go, "Daddy," and he goes, "Yeah, I'm here," and then they just kind of were like. The thing about this is he is like a good friend of mine now, and I really like him. He's a lot of fun to hang out with. It's just our thing. Like, he's daddy. That's who he is to me. He's daddy. Like, that's my daddy.
I like the dynamic of when I get involved, like when I'm around. I'm just like, this is fucking strange, and Alan's like, it is strange, but like you two are just going at it. I'm like, just so you know, man, I feel for you. I'm sorry that he calls you daddy. You're like, he's like, well,
he knows that he's daddy.
I just feel like he's walking around like I'm somebody's bitch.
Yeah. I didn't have time to make them, but you could go to like there's different stores in Portland. One of them is called Gen X, and it's like it looks like it's basically like it's a store if like a tent at a county fair was a store. Like, you know, it's got socks with pot leaves and like the oversized shirts that have written scripts like, you know, my dog bites back, and it has like a picture of a pit bull and a hot lady in a bathing suit. You know, like those shirts, like a lot of cholo and choleta clothing. Choleta. Choleta, new from Gillette. I don't know what it reminds me of that. Choleta. But
Choleta. All right. You were saying.
I'll have you can fill it up. I'll have a choleta.
Let it or choleta? I'll have choleta, please.
Let it or choleta.
Oh, fuck. This is real.
Oh, you had me at Gillette.
You had me at Gillette. Jesus Christ. Someone's going to put us in marketing for a drug company.
Oh, they should.
So you were talking, we were just talking.
So there's a store called Gen X in Portland, and they make like shirts. Like you could just say, I want this shirt done. I need it. And they'll make it, and they'll have it done like right there for you within like an hour or whatever. And me and Alan, who you mentioned earlier, and my daddy went to Meshuggah in Seattle. We all drove over together, and I just didn't have enough time. And that's why I'm talking about it. It's like I wanted to make shirts that said, my daddy took me to Meshuggah. And then when we got to Seattle to the hotel, I was going to be like, hey, Daddy, I made you a shirt, and then give it to him. And then me and Alan would wear shirts that say, my daddy took me to Meshuggah, and then he would have a shirt that just said, I'm Daddy.
Wow. Fucking A, man. I'm glad I wasn't invited. I mean, I was, but I didn't go.
Oh.
Christ. I'm not sure I fit into that dynamic. I'll just have a shirt that says somebody's bitch. How about that?
I'm somebody's
Who's
bitch.
that? That's somebody's bitch.
I'm somebody's bitch. Everybody here wants they want my cocktail fruit.
They should make a brand. It's probably a grocery outlet, but it's cocktail fruit.
Yeah, it's cocktail.
Gotta be. Discount brand.
But anyway, Daddy, you're a great guy. I love you. You're a good friend. You're a good friend to me. But big business, talking about big business, the show itself. Oh, wait. There's one more thing about Daddy I want to say. One more thing. I was doing the daddy thing to him at the show, and you were like, and you better never call me Daddy. And then that's when I was like, well, I've known Tony for a long time, but here's another button. I'm gonna have to press it. And then you were texting me late, like a couple days ago, and I was like, and you said something to me, and I said, okay, Daddy, and you wrote back, one of the funniest things you wrote back, I'm not your daddy, you are an orphan. And I'm still laughing about it. Because I knew that you were serious, and then you had to be like, all right, I have to like put a joke in there. Not so serious. If you were serious, I'm not your fucking daddy, but you're also like, here's a joke. not your daddy, you are an orphan.
Shut that the fuck down.
No, you just made it better.
No, I'm not doing it. Don't fucking start that shit. I swear to God. We'll figure something else out.
Daddy. Well,
I'll bring back wedgies, motherfucker. I swear to God.
my daddy's a bully. Oh no.
You fucking asshole. Oh my god, there's nothing you could do with that. Alex is just gonna feed on it now. Fucking asswipe. Oh shit.
But
That's fucking funny though.
Big Business is I think so. We've seen them together a lot of times, and I tried to count, and I think there was at least 5 times, maybe 4. I think there was 4 times that we saw them together.
Yep.
And I've now have seen them 8 times, and I remember before the show, I was telling you guys, you, Alan, and Daddy. I was telling you guys that I was like, I think that this might be the last time I need to see them because I've seen them so many times. And I was like, how many times do you need to see a band? Like, we were like, okay, yeah. And then I saw them again, and I'm like, nah, I need to see them 9, 10, 11, 12 times because
right.
They're just really good live. Like, there's 2 of them. It's just a drummer that plays his fucking dick off. He just drums his goddamn balls off his body. And then there's the bass player who sings, and he just sounds like a man on top of a mountain, just like
a fucking foghorn, dude.
Yeah, just bellowing. Yeah.
Yep.
And they're just like, they're solid. They're the same every time. They're just as good as you saw them the time before. It's like they're going to be equally as good, if not better.
Yep.
You know, so they put on a really good show.
No, absolutely. I of course I bitched out like 11:30. I'm turning into an old man because I got to the show and I was like, what was it, like 9:30 or some shit, and no one had taken the stage yet?
Yeah, something like that. I looked over at the sound guy's area, and he had a little piece of paper that had all the timestamps for all the band of when they were going on, and it said like Big Business 11:30 to like 12:45 or some shit like that. And I told Tony, and you know.
Yeah, I had to work at like 5:30. I had to get up like 5:30 in the morning, and I definitely took a nap on my lunch break. But anyway, I stayed in for like 4 or 5 songs, like halfway through. It's like you hang out for a set and you hear the song, the song, where you're like, "Yep, I can leave now. Like, I'm good. I got my fix."
Right.
And I think it's called Drift or some shit, whatever it is. Anyway, it was a great fucking song. I love that one where he says, "You take the east and I'll take the west. When we meet up in the middle, then we'll know."
Yeah.
And to me, that's kind of like Alex and I are East Coast, West Coast. So I just kind of figure that like one of our little theme songs since we've listened to them so much.
Right.
But it kicks ass. So they put on a great set. I don't know if you're out and about, they're opening for somebody. If you like heavy, awesome shit, definitely check them out. Big Business.
Yep.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Great band.
Yeah. So we've definitely been whoring ourselves out and seeing some music as we like to do.
Right. And I went to Meshuggah. Did we ever talk about Meshuggah? Did I talk about that on the show?
You haven't talked about. I don't.
On the show.
I don't think so.
So yeah, I don't.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, I went. Me and my daddy and Alan, who we talked about. And now I like to say daddy just because Tony reacts that same way. Like
I'm gonna react. It's reliable.
Well, my daddy's reliable. He's a reliable daddy.
God damn it! Is this how the next 155 episodes are gonna go?
Maybe, Daddy.
Oh man, no, not me. Come on, don't fucking do it to me.
Pushing that button.
Fucking like it. Fuck off. You can't have 2 daddies. Then that means we're not doing all that. No sword fights.
Christmases, 2 Christmases, 2 Christmases.
I ain't getting you shit, asshole.
You are an orphan.
You are. You're gonna be a double orphan. You keep talking to me like that, fucker. Cool. Whatever that means.
I don't know.
So Meshuggah, you and your daddy.
Meshuggah in Seattle. Man, it's like I feel like I've been like really treated lately to a lot of good shows. Like you know, Melvin's, Wheeler Walker, Big Business, DJ Shadow, and Meshuggah. They're just like the best. They're so good. They're like,
yeah,
they make everything. They make all of their time on stage count. Like even the pauses in between songs are something. It's like,
I like that.
You're like, you know, you're watching something, even though there's like a 10-second, 5-second pause in between songs.
Yes.
They do something with it. Just the energy, they create a different energy in the room where like, they're not just playing heavy music to play heavy music. They're like statues. They're not moving around very much. They're like on their mark, and they're just like, they seem like when you're watching them, they seem like they're like 8 feet tall heavy metal statues. Like they seem huge and big, and that's the sound they create. And like they had the first song they played is the first song off the new album called Immutable. We've reviewed that album before when it first came out a couple of years ago, and they're each member, you know, even the drummer has like a backdrop behind them, like an individual backdrop,
right?
And it has some art, and I think it's like art of them, but it's like in the style of the album, so it's like kind of like made out of fire, and it kind of looks like it's coming out of like a out of smoke and fire. It looks like a person coming out of smoke and fire kind of thing.
Fuck yeah.
And
nice.
And the backdrop, the rectangle that is the backdrop is lighting up in red to the beat of the song. So, and it's like every time it's like a beat, it flashes, and then it, you know,
yes,
the black. So it's like, and it's like going like to the beat, like bass player, guitar player, lead guitar player, singer, drummer, like this, like
that's
going like this. And
yes,
it's the whole song, and then they're standing on their mark, and they're just like, I'm telling you, like it's not all about like high kicking and running around the stage and getting everybody amped like that and being like, yeah, like headbanging and stuff like that. Sometimes you could create more energy just by being like this giant, bigger than life, like heavy metal statue that's just like playing these huge riffs, and just it just sounds ginormous. Like the music itself does.
Right.
And so they played that song, and then right when it ended, they all moved to different spots, and then the first song just kicked in and the lights came on, and they were all in different spots, and it was just, yeah, they're fucking awesome. So I feel like I talked about it before, but that's another.
No, you haven't told that story.
Okay.
That you have not told that. And I would say to that, like, that's what happens. Usually that's what happens when a band is like professional as fuck. You know, it's become a business for them. Like this is their career. Obviously they've made it to the top, but they got to stay fresh, you know, all that stuff. So it's cool that they're sitting. It's like maturing is the word I would use.
Yeah.
When you're a heavy band and you're going to make it to the age 50 or 60, you're not going to be able, you got to protect your hearing. You got to protect your body. You got to make it through all that, you know? So when you get to that, whatever, you're like, all right, we're going to be mature about this and we're not going to run around a bunch. We're going to use the technology that we have, and we're going to use all this creativity and all this fucking money that we've got, and we're going to put on a fuck of a show, and we're going to be able to repeat that and give that to many different audiences. I like that. I like seeing a well-curated, thought-out show, regardless if it's metal, country, pop. I don't give a fuck, because it's not just the artist. You've got a bunch of people involved in that decision. High-tech fucking sound people, top-of-the-line fucking lighting people, all of that. That shit is not an accident. They figured that the fuck out. They probably sat down with somebody, like got pitched that. They're like, this is what we can do.
Yeah.
Like, imagine this. And to me, like, you've been making music for 30 years. So that's got to be a fun part of it. To be like, what's a new way we can present this shit? What's another way we can make this cool as fuck? Like, I like that. I like a band that's like, no, I mean, we've been around for 30 years, but this is what we're doing now. You're still going to dig it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fresh, and you've never seen anything like it. And with metal, because metal they don't usually go too heavy on the stuff with metal, unless it's Metallica or something, you know what I mean? Then
right.
They get the new lighting rig and all that. But I always like to see what new ideas whoever came up with for these big bands.
Right.
And since they all play different types of music, it's always like, what the fuck? I remember I saw 9 Inch Nails one year, and they had this curtain. It was like a big fucking beaded curtain. And they played behind it.
Whoa.
And they manipulate the lighting in such a way to where it looked like they were behind a screen, they were in the screen. I can't explain it, but it was a whole mind fuck. And then they were able to use that curtain to make it with lasers, make it look like there were squares and shit that where they were putting.
That's right.
I mean, I'm already on drugs, so I'm like, Jesus fuck. Yeah. This is happening, right? Okay, good. But just stuff like that, it's like, I mean, I don't know if it was the band's idea or whoever, but it seems like that's part of the creative process that you get to enjoy after you've already been playing the same damn songs. You're like, hey, this is cool. I think that would be fun. That's what I'm getting at. I was excited to see a new act. Now, I don't work at a venue that's that big, so we don't get giant fucking productions, but I can appreciate a giant production like that.
And see, it wasn't like, it was weird because it was pretty big production, but it wasn't like
overwhelming.
It wasn't overwhelming, and it didn't look like I was seeing, like, I've seen Iron Maiden before, and they had like
airplanes and shit.
Yeah, airplanes and like a big rope came down from the middle of the arena, and then Bruce Dickinson like swung around on it and shit like that, and he was fighting 10-foot tall eddies, and he had like flamethrowers on each hand, and he was shooting at the eddies, it wasn't big production like that, but it was like bigger than a production that you would see at a theater that we saw, like what we saw Big Business at, or the place you work, or the Roseland in Portland would maybe be able to accommodate that, but maybe a little bit too big. I don't know, but so it was like in that middle high big production area. Well,
I mean, these bands, like most bands like that are headlining like that, at least usually drive around with the semi following them.
Oh, I'm sure they had a semi or two and a couple tour buses.
Right, exactly. And when they have a semi, because when they show up at our place, they're not unloading that whole fucking semi.
Right.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
But like the production manager, whatever, come out and be like, all right, we're gonna use this piece. We can fit this on the stage. We can fit that. I want a smaller version of this. Like, get that out of there. Get that. And it's like, oh, okay. But then when they go to the big fuckers, they're like, everything out. Let's go. Unload it. All of it. And that's what I mean. When you got people on forklifts and shit and giant light sets, to me, it's like, yo, y'all spent some money on this shit. They're gonna see something tonight.
Yeah.
That's cool. Because when I saw Devo, they brought a smaller version of a big industrial setup, like the stage, like the light setups, the lighting. I was like, yo, that's millions of dollars of lights right there.
Yeah, for
sure. And our light guy didn't get to touch the shit. It was like, he came with this shit. He sleeps with this stuff. Yeah, you don't. No. That's when you really know, when the sound guy and the light guy, when the house people go away, you're like, okay, this is a major production.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is, I know the sound guy for a bigger metal band, and he knows that band has played with Meshuggah, so he knows their lighting guy, and he's told me that their lighting guy is like a different level. Like he does, like most bands will they have the lighting guy that like does the thing, and then they kind of like put it through a program, and then it does it all live like that. Like, I guess like Meshuggah's lighting guy like is basically like he's in the band, like he's to the beat live playing, mashing the buttons live to the band, like
fuck.
And I guess he's like been with them for like 25 years, like maybe longer, and like he's just like he's basically in the band, like he's back side stage with headphones on, just like doing this, like mashing buttons and stuff.
That's awesome.
Basically playing an instrument, really, like.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, 25 years. He obviously kept his shit together to stay with the band, and they worked it out. I like that. I like that a lot. You got to. That's fucking cool, man. Yeah, we just talked about music for like 45 minutes. High five!
Yeah. So we got unfortunate event.
Yes, our unfortunate topic. This is, even though we just talked about music for most of the show, keep in mind, we still have a premise, damn it. This is the future, so we did find an unfortunate topic. Of course, we like to have a little bit of sense of humor when it comes to unfortunate shit. So we found an article. It is going to require my phone, so, line up for the professionalism here. But here it is. British Zoo has a new plan to rehabilitate its potty mouth parrots. How fun is that? There's a bunch of parrots. I'll try to like summarize this shit, but I'll read some of it. British Wildlife Park has hatched. Oh my god, I hate when they write like that. Hatched a new plan to Anyway, I'll stop. Let me start over. A British wildlife park has hatched a new plan to rehabilitate its potty mouth parrots after they unleashed a tide of expletives. Who uses the word expletive? They were using F-bombs and shit.
What does it mean? What is it?
Expletive is like beep, 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 cuss, cuss, cuss.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, so here's the story. Back in 2020, 5 foul-mouthed African grey parrots donated to Lincolnshire Wildlife Park in eastern England were isolated from the flock in an attempt to improve their language. But from Tuesday, the team is adopting a different, riskier approach of integrating 3 newly donated cuss-happy birds named Eric, Captain, and Sheila alongside the original 5 miscreants into the flock. So they're going to damn near double the tribe. That's awesome. It's like adding more assholes to New York.
Yeah.
When we came to move them, the language that came out of their carrying boxes was phenomenal. Really bad. Not normal swear words. Oh, this is great.
Not normal swear words.
These were proper expletives. Oh, I hate that word. We put 8 really, really offensive swearing parrots with 92 non-swearing parrots. Listen, I was a potty mouth kindergartner. Let me tell you, the whole class came around. It only took one. We put, if the new strategy works, the 8 parrots could learn all nice noises like microwaves and vehicles reversing that the other parrots in the flock favor. But if the other 92 instead pick up the expletives, it's going to turn into some adult aviary. Who the fuck wrote this? You're boring.
Yeah.
After some time in isolation, integrating the 5 original birds into the flock, it was mostly successful. But they still curse sometimes, even laugh afterwards. That's
one of the best parts. It's like they think it's funny. Hey, go fuck yourself. Like,
holy shit. Let me see. Parrots precisely echo the sounds they hear. So 6 of them have got men's voices. 2 of them have got ladies' voices. And when they're all swearing, it does sound really bad. It probably sounds like Boston on a fucking Wednesday night. You know, you... It's like that scene in Ted when they're throwing the tomatoes and shit at the jogger.
Yeah.
Fuck you! Fuck you too! In fact, historically, we did hear a lot more customers swearing at parrots than we did parrots swearing at customers.
Wow.
It's our fault. African greys are highly social parrots, forming groups of up to 1,000 birds to roost at night in the wild, and communicating each other with various calls. Researchers believe their intelligence is almost unparalleled in the animal kingdom, comparing them to that of apes, whales, and dolphins. How about that? Expletives, cuss words, are particularly easy to mimic for African greys since they are almost always said in the same tone and context. Get the fuck out of here. Without any other words surrounding them. When you tell someone to fuck off, you usually say it the same way every time. For now, the park is hoping they will learn the sounds of the flock and mend their potty mouth ways. I've just left them. I've just left them up there, and there's lots of noises, which is brilliant. From some squeaking gates to doors slamming, people laughing, and mobile phones. I'm hoping that's part of the setting in the I hope that's part of the settling in period. But I don't think they will ever lose the swear, because as soon as somebody swears, they'll be swearing as well.
Swearing as well.
So Alex and I will be taking a trip to England.
Yeah, hang out with some fucking birds. Hey, what's up, you fucking birds? Who's the daddy around here? Who's the daddy bird? Daddy bird.
Daddy. This is the future, unfortunately. Say it.
Say it, you fucking bird.
You.
I would love that. That makes me want to get a fucking parrot. That makes me want to get a bird to be like, all right, I'm going to teach you how to say cut. That's all. I want a bird. So when someone walks in, they say, "Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!"
I just want to say, freeze!
Hands up!
Yeah, hands up!
Get on the fucking ground! Oh God, you want a cop parrot? You want a fucking cop parrot?
Wallets, rings, and watches.
Wallets, rings, and watches.
This is.
Oh, that's fucking. I don't.
Oh, cuss happy parrots. That's good to go.
The only thing that's unfortunate about that is I think that they're trying to get him not to cuss.
That is okay. All right.
Unfortunate about it.
It is unfortunate, because honestly, they probably get a lot more people to show up, or at least if they made an adult section of the zoo, like that would have been my thing. But listen, we're gonna have a bar, and in the bar, all the potty mouth birds are gonna hang out there, and you will get so many people to show up just like fucking drunk. Yeah, you're fucking drunk.
I think it'd be funny if there was a bar for the parrots, like they were at the bar.
They're serving, like they're the servers.
Hey, what the fuck do you want? Have another fucking whiskey coke, you piece of shit. Hustle it up. I don't got a fucking day.
Oh shit, that's funny. We could squeeze in one more story, because we're not really governing it. We're not reviewing a band. So I got one more. This is seriously unfortunate. This happened to myself and my daughter, our little family. Oh. We got a hotel room on the coast. Actually, I didn't. It doesn't matter. But they rented a hotel room on the coast. They got a fair rate. So we, you know how some, like the shitty hotels make their names sound like the nice hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was like one letter off. You know. So we were like figuring it out before we got in there. It was probably going to be a shit show. Definitely, we got into the room and it was shady. You know, it was like, it was a mom and pop thing. So the people who clean it or whatever just do their own thing. So, all we really wanted to do, honestly, was just take a shower. So we got the towels, and the fucking towels are damp.
Oh,
and they're all folded, but it's like they were wet in the dryer, and they just said, "Fuck it, this is good enough." Folded them up. So, my daughter's boyfriend, he was like, I really like this kid. He's like 21, you know, but he's got a backbone. So he rented the room, and he's like, "I'm going to handle this." I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." So he went down there, talked to the person. I really wish I went with him, because basically they said, "All right, well, we're going to wash new towels and bring them to you." So I'm in the room, and the lady knocks on the door. Most miserable fucking person I've ever seen in my life. Clearly, she's the one who's responsible for washing these towels.
Right. Yeah.
She gives him the towels and leaves. Like, doesn't say shit. Just like, "I'll kill you." It was like that. We look at the towels, the same fucking towels.
It's the same towels?
So it's same folds. The disgusting thing was, on some of the towels, there was like bloody boogers and shit. That's the truth.
Okay, so then they weren't even washed. They were just in the room and they folded them and gave them.
Maybe they, if you did wash them and they still look like that, those towels go away. We all know that. But when we pulled back like the bedspreads, there was dried boogers. I mean, it was fucking gross. I'm just being honest, okay? It was disgusting. So at this point, we're like, you're not getting a refund. Like, we knew we're not getting a refund. It was getting late. I'm like, we're going to dump another $100, $200 in fining. And we're reading all the reviews on the hotels. they're all shit. Every single one of them. Don't stay here. I'm like, well, that's where we were going to stay. Like, don't stay there. It was the first review of another place. So I'm okay, I guess we're staying the night. So then my daughter's boyfriend's like, I've had it. And I'm like, I was like, dude, you want me to go with you? Like, I got you. He's like, nope, I got it. Okay. So he goes in there and he comes back with fresh towels, like brand new, fresh fucking towels. And he's like, they almost called the cops. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, they got pissed off at me and whatnot. And they said something. I wish I could quote the line. I think I wrote it down, but she basically said something to the effect of, they're not a corporate hotel, so they shouldn't be held to that expectation.
Of having clean rooms? Like, what does that have to do with it? Like, a clean...
So it was a $90 room. Like, that's a fair rate and a fuck you economy, right?
Right.
For a decent room, like, we're thinking pre-pandemic, $90 room, coffee in the room, breakfast in the morning. No fucking way. The moral to the story, and what's really unfortunate about this, is that the cheap, shitty hotels are now the cost of what regular hotels used to be.
No, 100%.
That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, 100%
hotels exist. People stay in them. They get bed bugs and rashes on their crack. We know that. We just didn't know that was a shitty hotel because it was masked by a high price tag.
Fucking
so now, if you don't want boogers in your fucking blankets, it's $200 a night. That's the unfortunate fucking... That's very unfortunate. I mean, we made the best of it. We actually went out and bought extra... Like, I was like, I'm getting another blanket. Like, I know I never sleep on their pillows. I never sleep on their fucking blankets. I always bring my own shit when I can. I've always done that. Or I'll sleep on the floor with an air mattress. It's just how I am. Because it's disgusting. I've done that job. They don't pay you a lot. You're in a hurry. You don't really care. You're not sleeping in that fucking bed.
Right.
But if there's boogers on the blankets, the comforters, you reuse those. If there's boogers in your comforters, you ain't worth nothing. I'm sorry, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, to the balls to bring back the same towels. That is a family-owned business. That is a fuck you. We do what we want. Go to hell. Don't come back. And they're going to get exactly what they asked for because we're not fucking going back. But holy shit. Watch out. Because those hotels are everywhere. It's fucking gross.
Dude,
very disgusting.
It sucks at how, like, normal that is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or not normal, common. Like, that will happen, you know,
all the time.
You'll pull up and be like, oh yeah, this looks nice. It's facing the ocean, and then you walk to the other side. This doesn't look as good. And you get in, you're like, they seem pretty rude, and then all of a sudden there's fucking boogers and everywhere. Like, it sucks, but that is kind of common. Like,
well, I never thought I would find myself quoting this comedian because I just don't watch a lot of his material. But Aziz Ansari, I saw him say something recently. He said, correct me if I'm wrong, but since the pandemic has happened, doesn't it seem that everything has just gotten extra shittier? And I couldn't sum it up any better than that. It is shittier everywhere you go. That's it. Yeah. People are shittier. Things are shittier. Costs are shittier. Everything is shittier. And that's just, hey, you already know that, but now it's been verified.
Yeah. No,
by a well-known comedian. Yeah. If he's saying it, it must be true. And boogers on the blankets confirms that. That is fucking gross. I don't bring a UV light, but I sure shit wouldn't have shined one in there. Oh,
you don't want to fucking see that. I'm fucking sure, man. I've been in some bad hotels before too, and I've seen a bed bug the size of a dime.
Fuck me. And that's what I do. I immediately rip the blankets up, and as soon as I get in there, any room, I'm like checking.
Yeah.
And I always do that. But you got to spend like $200 a night now if you're not expecting to meet, the cockroach family and the bed bug, all that bullshit.
Sure, yeah. He's just sitting at the table, cross-legged. Hey, how you doing? You know what I mean?
Reading the paper. Oh, you staying tonight? Yeah, let me get out of the way.
Yeah. Him and his cussing parrot are like, hey, get the fuck out of here if you don't like it.
He's like, fuck you, daddy.
Yeah, you're on the daddy train. There we are. See?
Fuck yeah, we still got it, baby. All right. So we're tying it up now, but we just want to say, hey, hang tight with us if you want to participate in the music portion. Like I said, we're just doing songs. It's way easier. We've got a few teed up right now. We're going to spin the wheel. And then on the next episode, we're going to talk about whatever we land on. So if this is your first episode with us, this is what we like to do at the end. We like to leave you with a little bit of good music, something to think about, something to listen to. So, but Alex and I are pretty much guitar-heavy people. So we need your help if you want this list to stay not metal. if you want to hear some different shit on there, you're gonna have to throw us a couple of bones.
Yeah.
Like I said, just the song and the artist. It helps if it's on a streaming service, definitely.
And
all right. And so we have numbered 1 through 10 like we always have. We have 6 songs, so we're just gonna do 1 through 6 and leave we're gonna leave the last 4 empty right now. So if we don't land on one, we'll just spin again until we land on something 1 through 6.
And you're gonna read off the.
Yep. I got you. So in the number 1 spot, something I found I think is just awesome. Loretta Lynn, the song "Fist City." So number 1, Loretta Lynn, "Fist City." Everyone's got to hear this fucking song, especially if you've ever been pissed off at your partner, especially if your partner was a man. You got to listen to that song. So "Fist City," number 1, Loretta Lynn. Number 2, "More Human Than Human" by White Zombie. First song, the only song I know that opens up with an orgy. Got to listen to that. All right. This was Alex's pick. Number 3, Gutalax, Buttman. Don't have to say anything about that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Number 4 is the Melvins. This is not a funny song. This song kicks ass. And if you're listening to it and you're thinking about everyone all at once, like us all going through bullshit the last 3 years, this is it. Basically, it's Melvins. It's called "Working the Ditch." Brand new song. That's going to be number 4. Number 5 is the band 16 Horsepower with "Sacked Cloth and Ashes." The song, that's the album. The song is called "Seen What I Saw." So without confusing anyone, it's 16 Horsepower. The song is "Seen What I Saw" off the album "Sacked Cloth and Ashes." Finally, number 6 is Poor Eeyore. Off their Poor Eeyore EP, we're listening to the song "Flying."
Fly.
Is that
Fly?
Fly?
Yeah.
Fly.
Track number 1 called "Fly."
Thank you. Track number 1, "Fly." All right. So now Alex gets to do his Vanna White thing and spin the damn wheel.
All right, that's the one. Here we go. 3.
3. What a great way to start off. Gutalax, Buttman. All right, so listen. If you're actually trying, all right, it's spelled G-U-T, like gut, and then alax, like laxative. Gutalax is the band, and Buttman. If you need me to spell that, well, I'm not. So, Buttman. That's what we're going to be reviewing on the next episode, and we can't wait for you to hear that shit. So thanks for supporting us, and Alex has all the deets.
And thank you for watching this the newest episode. Thank you for being patient with us for the last couple of months. And please like, subscribe, follow us on Titfu69 on Instagram. If you'd like to suggest a song, you could do that on Instagram. You could direct message us and just leave the band and the song and maybe the album. That'd be helpful too. Or you could leave it the most recent episode in the comment section on YouTube. So that being said, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Hell yeah. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Daddy.